So if you don't know, I'm a single divorced mom of four, three in the house. I have an older daughter who is away at college. But I am going to talk to you about just having multiple kids in the house and how to grocery shop for the family. I don't know about your areas, but in my area, the grocery bill is trying to creep up and I just can't let it because that falls outside of the budget I set for my household. So here are a few things I do to save on the grocery bill, and let me know in the comments if you've tried any of these or you have any other suggestions that might help some of the other single moms here. So the very first thing I do is make a meal plan. I swear by this. It is so important for me to know exactly, I'm gonna fold clothes while we do this. It's important for me to know exactly what we're gonna be eating and what do I actually need to buy from the grocery store. So I've done the meal plan a couple of ways. I've done it for a month and I've done it every 2 weeks. So one suggestion I have, do it by your paycheck. If you get paid once a month, strongly encourage you to do your budget, your grocery budget for the month, do your meal prepping for the month. I've done that before. It takes some getting used to, but it can be done. For me, I do it for every other week. I'm at the grocery store unless I forgot something, and that's a whole different video. Do your meal prep for the month, and that means breakfast, lunch, or snack, and dinner. Make sure you add snack in there because sometimes that's the one area we can go a little bit crazy in the grocery store and spend more than we really allocated for that. One of the best ways to do your meal plan, because you might be like, I don't even know where to start with that. Check your refrigerator, check your cabinets, and check your pantry. Go through what you already have so you don't double buy anything, and go ahead and make meals based off of what you have. So if you already have spaghetti sauce, you already have pasta, you're having spaghetti one of these nights, all you need is ground beef or whatever else you make, you add into your pot, your spaghetti dish. But I strongly suggest doing that. It definitely saves money. So now you're going in the grocery store with a game plan. You already know what you need to get. You already know what you need to spend. It makes the shopping trip a whole lot easier. The next thing I recommend, shop at the grocery store that makes sense for your household. So for my household, I shop at Aldi's simply because the pricing makes sense for my household. And I've realized that I've saved so much money going to Aldi's. Now, I know not everybody is an Aldi's fan, so here is my tip with Aldi's. You have to go in there ignoring the fact that you are not going to know any of those brands. Every now and then you might see a brand that you're accustomed to here in America, but more than likely you're not gonna recognize the brands. Focus on what you need. I need fruit, apples, I need pasta, I need bread, I need eggs. The brand shouldn't matter. Just get the item. If you can do that, Aldi's is going to be your new best friend, I promise you. I also do some specialty shops because there might be a certain cut of meat that I need that might not be at Aldi's. And I also like to visit farmers markets or farmers market like stores for certain produce. You'll be surprised how much cheaper produce is at one of those types of stores or farmers markets. So that's my other tip. If there is a meal that your family typically always eats and they have some of those items on sale when you go to the grocery store, buy them, even if they're not on your list, because future you is going to thank you for having them, especially if something goes erratic and you can't keep to your list, or you just have to do a quick meal, or you have company coming over so you need extra food. I always try to keep an eye out for things that I typically like to keep in the house. For my house, it's pasta and pasta sauce. It's always a quick meal, which leads me to my next tip: stomach filling meals. I am an advocate about this, so I'll give you a couple. For breakfast, some of my stomach filling meals is grits or polenta, biscuits, of course. For dinner, some of my stomach filling meals are going to include pasta or rice or dried beans or potatoes. So what that means in my house is every meal we have, it's gonna have some element of a stomach filling ingredient. So it's gonna be a pasta dish, or it's gonna have rice as a major component, or it's gonna have dried beans. Now, dried beans, a lot of people think are tricky. They're really not. So dried beans, you can get a whole bag of dried beans for $2, sometimes under $3. And for a family my size, I can probably get through maybe 2.5 days of dried beans. which to me is such a huge savings. And just for a quick recipe, all you have to do is get you some smoked meat, whatever smoked meat your family likes. Mine is turkey. We do smoked turkey. Boil your smoked meat, season it the way you like, add your dried beans, add a couple vegetables. I like to do peppers, onions, and garlic. I kind of add that in everything. Once it's done cooking, serve it over rice. It goes a long way. It's filling and it's very, very inexpensive. So I swear by stomach filling meals. Another thing, and many people find this funny, I don't buy juice. And I don't buy juice because juice is expensive. I don't buy juice because juice is expensive and my kids will drink it in a day. So to me, it's pointless. I'm that type of grocery shopper. Like, I don't want to go to the grocery store and come home and the one thing I bought from the grocery store is immediately gone, because then it's just like money down the drain. I know it's weird. It's just a little pet peeve of mine, but juice does that to me. It's $4 or $5 for the thing of juice and my kids legit gone in a day. I can't. So I don't buy it. But what I do as a compromise for my kids is I give them a limit. So my kids, they get a $3 limit. Whenever we go to the grocery store together, they each get $3. They can buy whatever they want with their $3. But my kids, 99% of the time, they're buying juice. Now, once we get home, that juice has to last you. So it teaches them portion control. And if they decide to share because their siblings' juice is gone, that's up to them, but they are not obligated. And I do not step in and interfere the juice conversation. I stay out of it. Another tip I have are pre-made snacks. The snack aisle to me is like the juice aisle. It's getting out of control. So some of the things I do to help snacks last longer in my house, because my kids are always eating, is there's actually two components. There's an appliance component and there's a food component. So the appliance component, I have a couple of ready to go quick things that the kids can use, like a grilled cheese maker or an egg steamer, or I have another one, I can't think of it. But the reason I mentioned that in the snack section is because I'll buy like a bunch of eggs and my kids can just throw it in the egg steamer that they know how to use, and that's a quick snack for them. We also do a lot of homemade snacks. So I'll make banana bread, slice it up, and put that on the platter in the middle of the kitchen that they can have throughout whenever. We'll make cookies and fill our cookie jars up. What else do we do? Oh, we do these noodle bowls. So ramen noodles, although they're not expensive, they aren't the healthiest in my opinion, and my kids eat a lot of them. So what I've recently started doing is we make our noodle cups, and we make them in mason jars. We use rice noodles, and then you add in various vegetables, a few seasonings, and some sauces, like maybe fish sauce or oyster sauce or whatever you guys like. And then we store them in a mason jar in the refrigerator, and we put them in the refrigerator. And then when the kids want them, they just take them out and add some boiling hot water from the tea kettle, and that's their snack. They usually have that right after school, so it kind of buys them some time, fills them up a little bit. They still have more snacks, and then there's dinner. And then the very last thing I'll say is vacuum sealed containers. Now, when you can, if you can, I do recommend kind of investing in those. And then when you do have snacks, whether you make them or you buy them, store them in the vacuum. Like you can actually see my cereal back there in the corner. I just feel like it helps it last longer. Kids are notorious for opening something up and then leaving it open. And then you just spent that money on it and it's stale. So just little money saving tips. These are the little things I do here to help the grocery budget stretch. So yeah, that's it. I hope you found it helpful, from one single mom to everybody out there. And until next time, bye.